Yes, this is Denise Fitzpatrick, advocate for equality, advocate for the mentally ill and also the homeless in regard to legal housing discrimination, fighter of civil rights, for civil rights, uh, just an advocate, activist, but advocate. I hear a lot of stories from the homeless, and they talk about how dirty they are being done. That's correct. I know that. I know that civil rights are violated in regards to the homeless every day, even when they don't know that their civil rights are being violated. Civil liberties, human rights, it can go on and on and on. I'm up a little late tonight. No, there's not. Normally I'm up. I'm working on many things. I was invited earlier today in my email to attend another meeting here in Wake County. Spoke several times in meetings in Wake County, Raleigh, North Carolina, and now I get invited. Sometimes I present and sometimes I don't. But this meeting I was invited to attend. It's on, got it here on the wall, July 16th at 7 p.m., which will be a Zoom online meeting as I talk about injustices toward the homeless community. Someone said to me the other day, well, I don't know, maybe it was a week ago or something. They didn't say it to me personally, but it was written when I was speaking about how the government is a big obstacle in doing the right thing for the homeless, or the right thing for the homeless being done. And the person said, we know that, but that we're moving on to the next step or something like that. What can be done, or what do you think we should do, or something in that order? First of all, let me say this. People are going to keep walking over you if you let them. If you don't do anything, don't speak out, don't stand up, it just goes on and on. Now, I think about the protest. Like I said, I don't participate in big protests like that, but I do understand why people do. And I think about how the voices were heard all over the country because people decided that they were tired of the police brutality of people towards people of color, and they spoke out loud and clear, very loud. And in my field, some things some things got done. Some things looks like have changed or changing in my field. What I'm saying now is that when someone said, what can they do? First of all, the homeless communities, besides, are more than talking amongst themselves. They got to stand up together and be heard. Now, I don't know, someone may not like that, but this is my field, and what I do as an advocate is this: to encourage others to stand up and join those that are trying to do something. Collaborate with them. I have been posting for many to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There should be more subscribing than that, because this YouTube channel is a way of making the voices heard all over the country. Make videos, comment on what you're going through, give me some feedback, and I think that more could subscribe and to help that channel grow, because the more people that view it and see the numbers growing, it's sort of like a thing we used to say a long time ago: monkey see, monkey do. Not calling anybody a monkey, but just like a humor in there with that. But then, as I said before, the more voices, the more people that support that, the more the numbers grow. And you don't know who may be listening and want to offer some feedback or help. That's what Prov 319 is about. And the online talk shows, injustice, not just homeless, but in just the people in general. Because in my field, I think that these things need to be exposed. I don't mean that you have to get out in a big rally, but if that's what you like and feel comfortable and feel like you want to do, then that's what you do. But there's many ways that voices can be and things can be exposed. When I go to these meetings, I spoke in front of the city council of Raleigh back when there was the police in Raleigh at a local park came up one day and wanted to stop the people from feeding the homeless. They've been feeding the homeless in that park for years. And because there was some renovation and things going on in the downtown Raleigh area, they wanted that stopped. I guess they thought that didn't look right, or the garbage cans they said were overflowed. I know, I went to the city council meeting and spoke up as one of the speakers. And then I was talking about the civil rights, speaking civil rights then. But the garbage all over the ground wasn't just from homeless people, because a lot of people walk through that park. And I was one of the speakers then and joined the homeless task force. But as I said in something I wrote, I ended up dropping out of the task force because the homeless task force ended up letting the city of Raleigh do what they was initially fighting against. And I said, okay, I want to keep on going with the fight, But because that's what you was trying to do, was to stop it and show when you had the right to remain there. But then when you joined in and let them do what they, I said, okay, well, let me move on. So, what I'm saying now is that I know where my heart is. I know that I walked in the shoes of homelessness. I know I walked in the shoes of homeless at the hands of someone, a big government entity that did what they did, and the homeless was the damage to that. I know, and I've talked about that many times, but what I'm saying is that what can the homeless people do? From an advocate for the homeless, I'm saying that stand up with the ones that are trying to get something done. And well, they're not going to get done, we might as well sit back. Well, they might as well sit back, and complain amongst yourselves. But and I believe, and I'm speaking to those who do believe, if they're there, that standing up together. I have even offered or asked different ones to collaborate with me that stand up for justice, and they just won't respond. I've asked them twice. I'm asking no more, because I'm definitely not a beggar. I ask and I ask, that's it, But I think that, and I have no problem collaborating with these ones either, but I've asked you, and I've asked others, and I'm giving a special invitation. You haven't given me that, but I've given a special invitation. So what I'm saying, I'm not trying to, I'm not calling them names or anything like that, and I'm not here to defend anyone. But I'm just talking. The truth of the matter is that if we want something done, if we don't like what the government, well, we know that they ain't right what they're doing, they don't care. But a lot of times, if you don't show signs of really caring yourself or just talk amongst each other, then nobody's going to do nothing. And we know that the times we're living in, things are have to come to pass. We know we can do it so much, but we need to do as much as that so much is, or we just need to leave it alone. And of course, I'm going to continue to stand up, speak out, because it is a command and it is what I believe in. And there is still power in numbers. One time somebody sent me something and said, well, one person can do it. One person can do it. I said, I'm not disagreeing with that. But I know that can be done better with numbers, because there is power in numbers. I want to say something. Years ago, I was coming out of somewhere, and I heard a lot of people coming down the street. And that turned my head. What's people talking about? It's a whole bunch of them, as opposed to one person maybe coming down the street. I hear one person coming down the street hollering out all the time, and it doesn't get the attention that a large group does. For those that can agree with that, I'm saying, collaborate with us as we stand up and speak out. It first starts with us. And then we can say, we've done all that we could. But when we sit back and we don't come together as a group and say, well, the government's walking with people, and it says, what can they do? What can be done now? Standing up. Let's try that. Let's try collaborating with one another. Let's try subscribing to the YouTube channel. I haven't developed the YouTube channel just to develop it and just sitting around and having fun making videos, you know. It is a reason. Make the voices known. Hearing. It's a way of exposing for others to hear. Someone said, well, they know already. Really. Many do, many don't. But to come together as a voice, and it gets larger and larger and larger in the way, the right way, then we can say we have done the best that we can. But when we won't collaborate with one another out of whatever reasons, then we're not doing as much as we can. There was a group in Denver. I have a old post on Facebook I put on this morning, an old article on how the homeless in Denver got this big class action lawsuit. It's an old article, but a point I was making wasn't so much the date of the article. It was the message that standing up together. We're standing up. We're not homeless anymore. But we are standing up for the homeless community because we've been there. And who's better to stand up or speak on something than someone that has walked in the shoes? That's why when I speak at the meetings, like I said, I've spoken at the city council meeting. I've spoken at a couple more meetings, homeless meetings in Raleigh, Wake County, as a voice for the homeless. And it was called Conversations on Homeless. And there was some groups that were founded or formed by the city of Raleigh and Wake County. And I was trying to get some homeless people to go with me as I was going to speak. I think I was speaking to go be present. And didn't nobody go but me and my son. I've had other meetings at a place, I forgot about this one, I had one at a place in Raleigh, a nonprofit where a lot of homeless people go and eat and socialize, and it was a nonprofit, that supervisor put flyers up on the door that this meeting was coming, and it's food and everything. A couple people came. So, I'm not crying over spilled milk, but I'm just making a point that let's try to stand up with others who are standing up for the rights of you and others in whatever situation we're speaking about. Because it can touch someone when they see a lot of people just won't stop. I mean, I could have very well just let the government entity just walk. I wasn't just step back, Oh well. We walked over. Oh well, that's how it goes. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're gonna be walked over. It doesn't rub me well, being walked over. Because I know not floor mats, and I know I have a heart to help, and I know that I'm not looking for everybody to agree with it, no matter to me or not, because I know that it is the right thing. To stand up for others is right. It's a command. It is the right thing. And anybody's against, you can make your little smart remarks and all you want to. You're blue in the face. I got a block list on Facebook very long, I'm sure others do too. And block this person, I might try to talk some sense with them for a minute. No, it's block you, keep moving, take the dust off your feet and keep going. So I'm going to end the video now, and this video will also be on the YouTube channel, and soon all the videos I make will be on YouTube. But the meeting, the Denise and Julian show, which features Prov 319, will be soon scheduled as a Facebook event. An Eventbrite will be there, and the WRAL, which is a TV station here in Raleigh. It will be announced and all of that. There will be no press release on this particular. We learned how to press release on something in the past, but it was an event, outdoor event. Well, it was inside. It was at the library in the main conference room. But we continue to stand up for the rights of others, and we continue to encourage others to stand up for themselves, or let us stand up for your civil rights, because that is what we do. And we hope that we will get more subscribers as we stand up and speak out to defend the rights of those whose rights are deprived and violated daily. Human rights, constitutional rights, civil liberties, American disability rights, housing rights, the Housing Amendment Act. It goes on and on and on. And it will continue to go on and on and on, even if we stand up. But we can do but so much. Let's do all that we can. Have a good morning. Goodbye now.